And so tell us a little bit about some of fun upcoming projects that you have.
Oh, I got a couple of things going on. So first thing I've got is a book, a children's nonfiction science book on the deep ocean. It's releasing in June of 2026, although I want it to be a little earlier if the publishing gods are listening to me, because I have a bigger project. Well, no, maybe not bigger. A more expansive project coming out in April. We'll talk about that after. That's the after. So the book is super cool. Oh my God. It's 7 different deep sea habitats. We start from the shallowest habitat. We go to the deepest habitat. I think I have 19 organisms in there.
Oh, wow.
Just sort of, it was fun. It was like a giant puzzle because it was like, okay, what are the habitats? What am I putting in there? How do they relate? How can I make sure that I'm slotting in all of these little nature fact tidbits that need to go in there to really educate kids, but make it fun and make it interesting and talk about poop a lot because kids love it when you talk about poop, especially poop eaters. Oh my God. So, and it's written for ages 9 to 11. But I really wanted, like, I think it could be enjoyed by anybody. So it has really, really colorful, vibrant, dynamic artwork. So younger kids, I'm sure, would be very interested in the artwork. And then it's got a lot of factual information, lots of nature facts, lots of just fascinating ideas. No negative language. So that was like the number one. I was very, very, very specific with the publisher. I'm like, I will not use words like alien, bizarre, strange, weird, because it's really detrimental to the public perception of the deep ocean. And I actually had to push back on 1 or 2 of the quotes. I asked for quotes from researchers, which was lovely. I got amazing quotes. But there was a 1 or 2 where I was like, would you mind if I changed this word? Because I don't want to use this word. And they were perfectly fine with it. But just really made a point of saying, we're not doing this. We're not making this sensational. We're making it beautiful. We're making it interesting. We're making it fascinating, but we're not making it weird. So yeah, I think it's a good combo of great art for like the art child. Because I have 2 little boys. I have 4 kids total, but my 2 youngest, my older son's 11, my younger son is 7. My 11-year-old is all about like facts and information, and he'll sit and he'll read over like schematic textbooks and all that kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, well, the writing is for Theo. That's the writing's for him. It's very technical. And then my younger child, Graham, is a purple unicorn, and he is into art and sparkles and magic and fairies. And so the art is for him. And I thought, okay, maybe if we can span this range of children, we can really get this book into people's homes where it can start educating this next generation of deep ocean stewards and showing them that they should love this area, even though they can't see it, because it's really important and beautiful.
Yeah, the deep sea is I just love all the little creatures and just knowing that like they have light and all this interesting things that I learned as an adult. And I remember thinking like, why has nobody taught me this before? Like, why had I never seen it at school? Why were there no, stuff? I'm like, I'm not a space person, but to me, I was like, this is way more interesting to me than like aliens up in space. These are like right here.
Absolutely. For me, I was absolutely that person who was like, oh, it's the deep ocean. It's a desert. I'm like, you don't know what you don't know, but like, I'm a little bit embarrassed about that at this point. But I've tried to like turn it around and use it for good, be like, okay, I took my ignorance and I turned it around and like, let's educate a little bit.
Yeah. And you're actually like creating something tangible to help that as well. And that's very commendable.
Thank you.
And so there's this another project, right, that you mentioned?
Oh, yes. So, it's a big project. I don't know if I can even start at the beginning of this project, but just come with me. We're going on a journey.
Okay.
So I got connected with Laura Beckman, who's a researcher in Sweden out of the University of Gothenburg. And we met on the UN Ocean Decades Science and Art Forum. So if there's anybody listening who's really wanting to connect with a scientist and you're an artist or vice versa, that's a great place to meet people. There's a lot of people on there. They post a lot of interesting things. You're on there, right? Yeah, and the Moku Art Studio exhibition was advertised on there as well. So it's a really great connections place. And Laura had worked with NOAA in 2023 off the coast of Alaska and had done a whole bunch of research on these beautiful coral and sponge gardens that are deep. I think they're at least below 1,000 meters. And it's incredible. The footage, there's like 170 hours of footage. I've watched a lot of it. And it's just the diversity and the abundance of life, of corals and sponges and all the organisms that live with them. Shrimp, I'm a little obsessed with the number of shrimp. I think they're hilarious. And they're everywhere. Every time you like zoom in, you're like, oh, there's another shrimp. Oh, there's another shrimp. Like, I kind of love them. I have like a secret thing right now with the shrimp.
Not like you're obsessed or anything.
No, it all ends in obsession. Shrimp is coming. So anyway, so we decided to, she was already working with an artist named Kirsten Keller, and she works out of Juneau, Alaska. Beautiful, beautiful illustrations. She's on Instagram as Golden Spiral Studios. And then I had met Nilanjana Das at the Deep Sea Conservation Festival over the summer in Seattle. She goes to the University of Oregon, or perhaps Oregon State University. I don't remember the right way to say it. Whichever one of those is the right way is the one that she goes to. And it's in Corvallis, Oregon. And she does these beautiful paper sculptures. And her Instagram is High Sea Sculptures. Together, we're putting together an art show. It's a traveling show. We have applied to show in Sweden in the fall. I think we're still waiting to hear back about that. We were accepted to show in Alaska in February. So the artwork's going up there. Yay. And then in April, we have a huge thing planned that's going to be an art show and a bunch of public lectures and school lectures. And we propose to bring field trips of children to the gallery, conveniently right beside the Science Center, walk them to the Science Center, have Laura give them a talk at the Science Center, and then a local creative reuse center. So it's called Art Salvage. They use all recyclable materials, make a big coral and sponge-based craft kit that they can take back to their classrooms. So like continue the learning. We're going to do drawn coloring pages. We're going to do posters. We're going to do informational brochures. We've applied for a big grant through the Spokane Arts Grants Association to cover most of this. But we've already received some grants from the British Ecological Society and a couple of other ones. So I think we can make it work kind of regardless. And the coolest thing is that when we approached the Science Center, the CEO was so excited, she reached out for external funding and fully funded the field trips within 24 hours. So it's happening. We're just a few more pieces sitting in place, but ultimately it's going to be some incredible coral-inspired artwork, coral and sponge garden-inspired artwork. We'll do a scavenger hunt. Like there's a little scope creep where we just keep adding things, but that's not a bad thing. So.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Megan.
Thank you. Yeah.
I really want to see, whenever that gets started, share it. We'll help share it and distribute it. And because that sounds amazing. That's
awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do lots of videos. Oh, and the other thing we're going to do is videotape Laura's lectures and then make all of our printables available for free online so that any teacher in the world can show their child the lecture, use the instructions for the craft kit that's based on recyclable materials, use all the coloring pages, use all the brochures. It'll be available for free all over the world. So it's just spreading that education and taking our art and just giving it to you and love the deep ocean, please. That's where we're at. Just love it.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. So I used to be an in-classroom teacher. And so that's exactly the way to do it, because a lot of teachers, even though they want to teach, sometimes it's hard to know where to start. Mm-hmm. So this is amazing. That's the door that will open so many beautiful new encounters for children.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. I'm going to have to tell my teacher friends to go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're going to start like a mailing list, and we'll get it up there. We'll have a website at the very least. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of pieces that have to slot in place, right? But that's okay. We can make it happen.
The things are worth waiting for anyway. So
exactly.